So it's all well and good to have these events. They're great. But what happens when you walk out of that door is where the influence happens. Caribbean influence in the diaspora, there's been some headway, but the actual things that need to be done, let me just forewarn you, I came to speak truth. So if you're not ready for truth, it was a pleasure seeing you, and the door is that way, you know. We have a responsibility. You received a feeling when you saw the flyer, when someone invited you, you said to yourself, I'm gonna go. They probably didn't tell you about the food and drinks. Or if they did tell you, you weren't thinking too much about it. But you're here because you felt something. You have a calling. You genuinely have a passion for your culture, for what you do, for who you support, for who you represent. Not only as a foreigner living in this land, but as a person. You have that responsibility to take that and let it shine. Not just when you come to this event. This is a daily thing. It's you. I heard all the Ghanaians shouting, right? Yeah, you were one of the loudest. Yeah. Okay? What do we do with that when we leave here? There is so much more to Ghana than its food. There is so much more to Ghana than its music. And when we think of culture, we somehow get wrapped up in the carnival aspect of it. We get wrapped up in the music and the food. And the way for culture to move forward and to be really seen and heard is by the actions, is by the way we live as a people, not a person. How do we actively come together to showcase what we have, rather than wanting to be the one who has this event? Every weekend you can count how many parties are they having. Where is that taking us? Yeah, it's cool, it's fun, but here's what. We're getting older. And what we're not doing a very good job of is actually transferring heritage, history, tradition. We are not doing a good job with getting the legacy of our land to the generations after us. That starts at home. You come into my home, you know you're in a Trini house. First of all, before you even get to my door, you know in your Trini house because you're smelling something. Okay? So you know you're in a Trini house. My children, they know. It's a season of Lent. I'm Catholic, very proud of it. And we go through very traditionally. We don't eat meat, period. I don't care how old you are. I got a 23-year-old son. As a family, we do this. Tradition, heritage, culture. The types of food, the shows we look at. Every year, I have them watch Jesus of Nazareth. You know why? Because that's what I did. But it's history and legacy that is passing on. At the event today, someone told my eldest daughter, who is 17, he said, I hear you picking up some of your mom's accent. And she's like, yeah. Trying her best to sound as Trini as she can. Proud mommy moment. Okay? What are we doing to transfer legacy? These events are good. But what we do when we leave this door is the influence that we have in true and in essence of what we need to be doing. The food you cook in your house, your children should very rarely know about fast food. When you have puff puff, when you have jollof rice, when you have, oh my goodness, everything fried baked from Trinidad. What? And they should know how to cook it. My kids are in the kitchen. You pass it on. And guess what? They're having their friends eat it. Do you see how legacy moves on? Do you understand the importance of your responsibility? It goes beyond the carnival and the parties. That is like such a low level on the chain of command of things that we need to do as a people. I say again. When it comes to business, we shy away from that because we start thinking money. And who is going to get this money? And who is going to give this money? We are so limited in our thinking there. Rather than us think, how are we going to grow this money? How are we going to invest this money? Where are we going to use this money for the legacy to continue? There are too many of us in this town not to have our own shopping area. There are too many of us. There's one of you guys has a business professional organization. Who was it? Where is he? Ghanaian. Dude. Like, there's no excuse you can give to me. You guys get together, you meet at the bar, you have a drink, you laugh, you talk, we could do this. Let's go home to Ghana and let's do this. What are we doing here? What are we doing with our kids? How are we investing in property? It's called ownership. And and then you encourage and you invite the others to do the same, because you would have had the blueprint of how it works. So you take that. Guys, this month we have a goal. We're investing in one property. Alicia, Natalie, Lovell, Lafoucade. I got a long name. I should have been African. Right.
Alicia.
Yes?
Zikomo.
Oh, let's talk about Zikomo.
Quickly.
Definitely. Queen Agnes, Alicia, Natalie. I don't even know how many years ago, but it's been years ago. Okay? From the very beginning. From the very beginning. We connected in Dallas. Sarang Douglas is another one. Sarang Douglas, Agnes, myself, my cousin Nadia Monsanto. We came together and did something that wasn't allowed to be done by women in Dallas years ago. Sarang Douglas has single-handedly promoted Caribbean culture. I am standing on this. She has single-handedly promoted Caribbean culture on a level that I've not seen any other person promote Caribbean culture in her way. She was intentional. Like, I'm going to do this, Alicia. I was like, you got this. She hooked up with Queen, became her DJ. At that time, no one wanted Queen to play. Everyone was bypassing her. She's a girl. What does she know about? She knows to spin. She can't mix the music. Queen, you see her now. You have no clue as to what she put in to be where she is right now. And I'm just touching on the music. We ain't even going to touch on the other stuff. But we came together. We had a vision. And then Queen started to talk about her grandfather's school in Malawi. Count us in. There was never even a question. It was never a question. 4 women came together, started moving, and we simply supported each other. What do you need? We were all starting up. How can I help? So it wasn't about, can you pay me $500? No, girl, we're all in this starting. Let's get it done. We started having an event called Zikomo, which means thank you. That event was specifically to raise funds, to rebuild, to get uniforms for the nursery school in Malawi, started by her grandfather. What is that word I'm going to say? Legacy. What are 2 Trinis, a Blasian, doing involved with a Malawian? The power of culture connections. How we bring it together effectively. None of us had egos. Hey. We just went on the mission and we did it. And we slowly built. Sarang would do her exercise classes, fluffy and fit. People thought she was crazy when she started. Like, no way you could do this. I remember our conversations when she said to me, I'm going to get certified. I'm going to make my brand of exercise a certified brand of exercise. She did it. What have you done lately? Zikomo grew. We watched those kids. Oh my goodness. We had a special little girl that we loved so much. We went out on our mission to get uniforms. I tell you, this lady and I go back. I think I was talking about it at my last event. When I was telling them, I'm laid up in hospital, being sick, being pregnant. Unknown, well, no, at that time I had known I was having a special needs kid. And she's leaving for Malawi and she's in the hospital room with me. She's like, there's no way I can leave without seeing you. This is what community and village living is. This is how we don't die from high blood pressure, even if we're sick. There is something about the love of village that strengthens you and sustains you, that keeps legacy and love alive, which is what networking is. You need to have a different point of view when you come to events like this. Start looking at it from legacy, love, vision, purpose. Fast forward, 2025. I now run a very successful awards ceremony for my daughter with Down syndrome and her community. And it's open, where people who are neurotypical are very much involved with it. And they want more. I watch my sister, who has just released her first song. Yes, stand up. Stand up. Okay? Stand up. Okay? Music from her father. More legacy. The things that come. How many of you could sing like music? We have, remind me of it, Johnny Blackman. Johnny Blackman. You want to talk about legacy? He comes from the man who invented soca. Yeah. You're talking legacy? Yeah. He could have sat down on his talent and said, I'm not singing. But legacy. When he networks, he uses his voice. What do you have? What is a project that's been touching your heart to do? So network this afternoon, this evening, from a point of view of how am I taking this to the next level with my legacy and through my legacy. And you will see something most amazing happen. The next time you meet up, you will be like, wow, we did this. We did this. So in the words that I learned many years ago with Queen Agnes, Zikomo, I'm Alicia. It's my pleasure to chat with you. I look forward to chatting with as many of you as possible. God bless you.